I'm breaking down the techniques that I learned working at Michelin star restaurants and attending the CIA so that you can make an amazing hollandaise sauce at home. At the end of this video, I'll show you my favorite derivative sauce maltaise. You can't talk hollandaise without talking butter first. I like to use what I consider quality but lean butters. Now a lean butter is just one that doesn't have tons of extra flavor, doesn't have grassy notes, isn't cultured, pure butter flavor. And this is gonna help from distracting from the other flavors of the sauce. Butters that I like to use are Challenge. This is the same butter that we use at Addison, and I like to use Trader Joe's. Now both these butters are unsalted and you're gonna have a nice clean butter flavor. There's actually 3 different styles that you can use: whole, melted, and clarified. Whole and melted are gonna have a little bit better flavor because they still have the milk solids in there, but clarified butter is gonna have better body. Instead of making just straight clarified butter, I like to leave in all the milk solids, kind of get best of both worlds. Now we're gonna add all the butter into the pan. I always like to have a little bit extra because you're gonna probably use it later down the road for another sauce. We're gonna melt this all down. I like to continue stirring while I'm cooking this. That way we're not starting to brown those milk solids, but I like to keep it on a nice low heat. And once I think that's getting close, I'll actually just turn it off and let it sit there, and the water will continue to cook out. That way you have all the milk solids in there. This is kind of like a light ghee flavor. So we're not browning the butter solids, but they're still in there. There's still that flavor's in there. For the reduction, the first thing that we want to do is cut our shallots. A lot of recipes will brunoise their shallot, but one thing that I found is that just slicing it nice and thin, nice and even, you're gonna extract the same amount of flavor. It's gonna save a little bit of time. To make the reduction, we wanna have 40 milliliters of white wine vinegar, 40 millimeters of white wine, 4 sprigs of thyme, and 20 grams of shallots. So we want to bring this up to a simmer and slowly reduce this to about 2/3. There's 80 milliliters of liquid. We're looking at about 25 milliliters finished liquid. So this has gone for about 13 minutes. As you can see, when it's just sitting, the liquid has actually gone down below the shallots. That's kind of my indication that it's done. We just have a strainer, let all the liquid drop off the shallots. The way that I've found to get the best texture in a hollandaise is to make what's called a sabayon. So this is a cooked egg. It gets nice and aerated as you whisk, and it's gonna incorporate the butter really nicely. There are a couple ways to make sabayon, but the most foolproof way that I have found is over a double boiler. Brought this water up to a simmer. Just gonna add the bowl over. I'll turn this on as it's going. Fortunately, my burner makes a lot of noise, so sometimes I turn it off. One key that I wanna let you know, the bowl at all times shouldn't be hot enough that you can't handle it. So I have 3 egg yolks. A lot of restaurants, a lot of chefs will add in water. Instead, I'm gonna opt to add in a reduction. There's gonna be a little bit left over just in case we need it. Starting to get nice and fluffy. Haven't quite reached the stage that we want to get to yet, but one thing is you want to take this off occasionally, touch the bottom. If it's a little bit too hot, just stir it off the heat for a bit. So we're actually really close. You can see slowly coming back in. Every egg yolk can take 2 to 3 ounces of butter. That's about 55 to 85 grams. I've put 9 in here. We have 3 egg yolks. So this should be the maximum that I use. If it starts to get a little bit too thick, we have the remaining reduction. You can also add water. The benefit of doing this over the pot is it not only holds it, but it keeps it at the right temperature. A measuring cup with a pour spout makes it easy to control. In the beginning, we want to start nice and slow. And once we get some incorporated, we can start increasing the amount that we put in. This is looking a little bit too thick. So we're just gonna add a couple of splashes of our reduction so that we don't have to worry about snapping. So we have all these butter solids at the bottom. Hollandaise is actually really easy to finish. Right here we have some fresh squeezed lemon juice. So the first thing you always wanna do is see where the sauce is at. From the reduction, we have some nice, what I would call base acidity. It's a nice starting point. It's lacking salt. If you're gonna be adding an acid into a finished sauce and potentially some salt, you always wanna start with the acid first. Not only is this gonna add the lemon flavor, but it's also gonna enhance the flavor. And if you put salt in first, you might not be able to put in the right amount of lemon juice. This sauce should be nice and bright. It should cut through the richness of the butter. Acid's good. It doesn't need much salt, but we're gonna add a little pinch of salt. And because of the color, if we added black pepper into it, you'd see little specks. So I have a white pepper grinder right here. I have it as fine as I can get it. So we have a nice richness. We have really nice acidity, cutting through that richness, balancing it out. This sauce is fabulous on, you know, the obvious like eggs Benedict, nice lean fish, also great with vegetables. You want to hold it around 135 degrees Fahrenheit, so just warm, but holding it in a container like this is really hard. But what I found is really good is to put them into these deli containers. You can put them in here, you can have the burner off, and it will store this probably an hour. It'll be fine. And then you can put it into a pot like this when you're ready to go. You can also use an insulated thermos. Make sure you run hot water into it first to take off all the coolness, and then you can put the sauce in. So right here we have 50 milliliters of fresh blood orange juice. You're gonna wanna strain this, get out all the seeds, any of the segment pieces. So we're just gonna reduce this blood orange juice by half. And I also like to save a little bit of the orange zest. To make sauce maltaise, which is a derivative of Hollandaise, we have our base right here. This is before we added the lemon juice in. First thing I like to do though is add in the blood orange juice to give us a nice pink color. That's looking good, tastes really good. A little bit of bitterness, some acidity, add a little bit of citrus zest. Just like Hollandaise, pairs very well with lean white fish. It also plays really well with asparagus, whether that's green asparagus, white asparagus. It's a great sauce to have. If you enjoyed this video, you should watch this video next to learn how to make some other sauces.